Claressa Shields has deluded herself into thinking her response to still entertaining a married man she handled with composure. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields. Surprise, surprise. AKA Pap's Mistress. AKA Pap's Entanglement. AKA Pap's Pick Me. AKA Pap's Side Chick. Or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. So the Breakfast Club has decided to come in on the Claressa Shields sweepstakes, come in and give Claressa Shields that mistress stimulus package boost and all of the things, because what has gone viral is none of the interviews that Claressa has done. This is why Claressa Shields continues to get drug up and through this internet, you guys. No accountability. No responsibility, no time to take a step back and say, you know what? I look crazy out here going this hard for a married man who is not doing anything to advance anything of being single. You played a game of whataboutism, Claressa. You wanted the heat turned to Remy Ma, and you were hoping to start a hate train against Remy Ma. And here's the thing. She stated on Angie Martinez, she's single as a Pringle. Now, legally, if her and Pap, if there was a divorce decree and this divorce was finalized, you would have been shouting from the rooftops that you're not with a married man. But your own sister, who mysteriously is MIA, and according to what Shalita revealed in the video I last uploaded, you know what I'm saying? If you allegedly really sent her to the crazy house because you didn't want her to potentially spill any tea that was going to overshadow your upcoming fight with a boxer who's only had 7 professional fights, that's diabolical and disgusting. But you needed that same sister when it was cool to go after people you fell out with, whether it was other relatives or your former friends, or to be on the attack against Remy. Make it make sense? So it's really the audacity to think that, you know what I'm saying? And this is how you know people who are around Claressa they don't care about her. They don't like her. They don't see it for her. All they want is whatever money and access and potential celebrity meetups that come with having access to Claressa Shields. That's all this is. That is all this is when it is all said and done, right? So we got to get into a couple of things, right? So first of all, Claressa Shields had tweeted this. I'ma be honest with you. I ain't letting nobody else off the hook. Next witch with a B that comes playing, I'm going all out. Now, in this, I don't know if she's talking about in the realm of women's boxing or if this was shade to the interview that she did on Young Jock's morning show, right? I don't know, right? But ultimately, I feel like this might have been shade at that interviewer, right? Because you know how Claressa Shields hates light-skinned black women. You know what I'm saying? She thinks that they're the ops. She thinks that they're her biggest hater. She thinks that there's a personal vendetta against her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all of the greatest hits that Claressa Shields likes to run down. But it was this that Claressa posted in her Instagram story that I felt as though Claressa really has the audacity and has deluded herself into thinking that this is what's hot in the streets. So Claressa Shields quotes the Shade Room post, which, again, we can't stress enough that they're clearly on the payroll to post, you know, what they deem to be, or what Claressa and her team deem to be, positive stories about herself. And this is where the delusion comes in as well, because you defending parading around with a married man, whether it appears or not that he's done with his wife, the fact that he won't legally make it officially done with his wife should tell you everything you need to know. So Claressa says this. She says, I'll just say this. This question was so corny. So again, that is throwing shade at the person, at the interviewer. That is showing disrespect to the interviewer. She tags Pap, and I already checked Pap's socials. He don't give an F. He does not give an F and has not reposted any of this nonsense. So, says Pap is separated and he filed for divorce. So leave me alone with that husband, S-H-I-T. Well, here's the thing, Claressa. He is still technically Remy's husband, just like you said in that same interview. You want us to also say that Remy Ma is his wife. Lastly, I handled this with composure. No, you did not. God is working on me. If you handled this with composure, why would God need to be working on you, Claressa? There was no composure at all because you wanted to interrupt the question. You said pause. You said, oh, the big word no one wants to say is divorce. You know what I'm saying? You thought you ate with that. You know what I'm saying? You thought you had a Thanksgiving plate and you ate with that. No. Then you wanted to play the whataboutism game. What about Remy? Remy's got a man. Why isn't Remy getting dragged? Here's the thing. Either Remy has nobody right now, and it's definitely not Easy the Black Captain, or if Remy does have somebody, guess what? Y'all know who it is. Y'all don't know who it is, and y'all not gonna know. And whoever it is has enough money, has enough status, has enough power to not put the business out on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because that is what happens out here. See, at least with Lotto, Claressa, at least that's a mistress that understands she can't be out here with her married man and 21 Savage. I don't care if he put up an Instagram post that expires in 24 hours about wanting to make another baby. You can make as many babies as you want to, 21 Savage, but it didn't sound like you wanted to make a divorce happen. You know what I'm saying? And this is where Claressa, again, continues to miss the mark. She thinks that because somebody filed for divorce, that means that they're single and available. No. Because you're saying the wrong information. You're saying the incorrect information. Anybody can file for anything. But if there is no progress, if there is no dockets on the website that indicate an actual divorce is in progress, there is no divorce, Claressa. It is at the same law that you're trying to handle it with, or not handle it with the law, handle it with the court. That's the same divorce proceedings that Pap's got going on right now. And if there is divorce proceedings, like I said, it's stalled, it's hemmed up, because broke fi broke, he ain't got it. Pap wants access to Remy Ma's shmoney, as if he has not already pawned away jewelry from her, stolen from her, mooched off of her, did her wrong on numerous occasions, and has the audacity to try to come back and take her hard-earned money. No. That's not how this is going to work. But like I said, the fact that the divorce is not final, Claressa, and it's been multiple years that you've been out in public with this man, and you can't see how this has damaged your brand, how this has damaged your opportunities, how this has ruined, potential sponsors, potential brand deals, major money coming in, major opponents that want to actually fight you. You don't see how all of this, all of your behavior over a married man, slapping another female boxer over a married man, you know what I'm saying? Pushing your former friend in heels and getting on crash out lives over a married man. You don't see how this is messed everything up for you. And you're still trying to justify it. And what you're mad is you don't want anybody to ask these questions. These are the questions that we have been wanting these radio stations, podcasts, any people that's on iHeart, you know what I'm saying, to ask. How much longer are you going to entertain a married man? Why are you continuing to date a married man and involve yourself with a married man? Why don't you want to wait until the divorce is final? And saying that lie and just a lie, that Pap filed for a divorce for you? If he filed for a divorce for you, Claressa, wouldn't there be a divorce that is final? You wouldn't have to be saying now, going on 2 years publicly, that he quote unquote filed for a divorce or he's quote unquote separated. If he really filed for a divorce for you, Claressa, that man would have been legally single by Neil and would have been proposed to you, would have been legally married to you by now. But he doesn't want to, Claressa. And is going to drag out, tell you whatever lies, whatever nonsense about this imaginary divorce so that he can have his cake and eat it too. So that he can continue to milk you dry and not show up for you and lets us slice camera action. You know what Pap is doing while you're trying to tag Pap about this interview? He's so excited that fans recognize him and want to take pictures with him. That's what type of time Pap is on. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to feel like the star in all of this, because this is what you wanted, Claressa. You have built up a married man who does not want to legally be single anytime soon from his A-list wife, Remy Ma, who has leveled up and has thrived without him. That he thinks he's the star in this. He thinks that he's the one that is running the show with you, Claressa. And according to your cousin Shalita, like the video I just uploaded, apparently you're paying to keep this married man around. Apparently you know that the writing is on the wall with this married man, and now you have to shell out thousands upon thousands of dollars, allegedly for gambling debts, allegedly for booking flights, not feelings, allegedly desperation trips to Aruba and pop-up trips, you know what I'm saying, to spy on a married man that you claim filed for a divorce for you, but it doesn't sound confident that that's really the case. Because you wouldn't have to do all these surprise trips wherever Pap is to ensure that he's not around his wife. Make it make sense, but you want to convince the people so bad that a married man who refuses to have his divorce finalized did that quote-unquote fake filing after that Breakfast Club interview, after once again Remy had cussed y'all out, that he did it for you, after previously ignoring several attempts by Remy that wanted a private divorce where she wanted absolutely nothing from Pap and Pap was getting absolutely nothing from her. And you're not trying to put 2 and 2 together and not understand why is it he refused to sign all those times that Remy requested a divorce, but miraculously all of a sudden he somehow files for a divorce, but there's no divorce proceedings, Claressa. There's no divorce dockets, there's no divorce decree of any sort. And you think everyone else has lost it. You think everyone else is corny and goofies, but it's you. You have proven you will stick it out with the married man no matter what, because you want to prove that you won. You want to prove that all this money that you've shelled out for a married man and not for your family and not for your friends and not to put back into your own brand and your own self was worth it. You want to prove that you have a one-up on Remy, and Remy has been thriving since ditching Pap. And like I say, I don't care how toxic somebody's marriage is or how done you think someone's marriage is. as long as they do not want that divorce finalized, there's always an opportunity to get back together, no matter how bad it looks to the public. Now, I personally don't think Remy wants Pap back, but Pap can hold on to whatever he's going to hold on to and still want his wife back, because he lied to you, according to your former friend. The reason why he doesn't want to delete those Instagram he posts about Remy, that, oh, I need it for the divorce. But what divorce is he, you know what I'm saying, involved in, Clarissa? Please let the people know. And again, you have a platform, you know what I'm saying, of almost 2 million followers. So you can provide us the receipts that an active divorce is happening, but you never do. If that man was actually moving forward with a divorce, you would prove that to us. You would tell us that. You would show us that. But you know Pap's not letting go of Remy, which is why you always bring up what you think Remy is doing, but you have no access to Remy. You have no clue anything that Remy's got going on. You don't have, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. But it's really you deluding yourself into thinking that you did a good job, when the reality is what's going to happen, Neil, is potentially you've opened the door for other people to ask these same questions and go about it in a different way. And you're going to crash out again. You're going to crash out again, because notice that all this press you did in ATL, nobody's asking you about the fight. Nobody's asking you about the opponent. Any of those sound bites that took place of you discussing the fight and all the things, that's not what's making the headlines. The headlines are the fact that you continue to deal with a married man and see no issue with it. And think that he, quote unquote, filed with that crumbled up piece of paper and an email confirmation is enough for you to indicate that he's moved forward and that he did it for you? No. He did it for himself. He did it for his back and forth with Remy at the time. Notice there's not a back and forth with Remy, and you're the one out here looking crazy. Make it make sense? So anyways, y'all, that is it for this video. Do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There is that. That is it. That is all. Es todos es final. Es finito. Es see you in the road. See you in line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.